Warning. The following content is raw, unedited, contain French accent, low in energy but high protein. Accordingly, viewer discretion is advised.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel Aqua Splendor. So today is going to be a really special video. It's a one of a kind, and it's just the story and the behind the scene of the stuff that you're going to see in the future, and what you probably started to saw on my channel also. I need to explain a little bit the context of behind my thumbnail. So basically, there's a box, and what's inside of the box will change my life, or sort of. Back in 2017, I started to search on YouTube to see if creating a YouTube channel was the fit for me. Maybe something that I would like to do in the future. Fast forward 3 years later, it's the perfect match, because I do VFX stuff on cinema. Right now I'm doing advertising, visual advertising, so it's always about visual. This is my kind of stuff. I have a passion, of course, for the fish, the aquarium, the corals especially. I think it's because when I was really young, I was in the Caribbean, and I lived for 6 months in the Caribbean, leave, not vacation, big difference. And I think I just fell in love with the ocean. It's like it just stuck in my head. And since then, I always wanted to go back there to film, to do stuff. And my ultimate goal with this channel is eventually to make enough money and to just go to those places and film underwater. I just want to show the visual, the beauty of the fish, the corals, the organism, this beautiful ecosystem, and the biodiversity of all the stuff before it bleached. And at the beginning, I was doing everything with a smartphone. It does a really well job. Honestly, it's one of the best tools that you can have on YouTube. It's incredible, it's fast. You always have it like in your pocket. It's incredible. But I want to do like very good quality of production video, maybe eventually like go really high. And the smartphone doesn't really do the job for the need that I have and for where I'm going to. But I have also another camera, which is the Canon T2i, which I had sold it. Unfortunately, it wasn't doing very well for videos. Honestly, that thing was much better. I just sold it. I made some search on internet where I was going to go with which brand, like Canon, Nikon, Fuji, Sony. So I ended up going with Sony because I think they have the technology for the future, for the thing that I want to go. Canon was in my heart, but in terms of like video, they are not really there. Or they're basically now there, but I think Sony will have always a little hedge for a decade at least, I think. And what I did was really dumb, maybe. I bought a lens without the body, which is crazy, but I used a lens that I knew I was going to use in no matter what. It's the 90mm macro. Actually, without the hood, it's like this. So I have a really big crush on the small stuff. I shouldn't say that, but I love small little things, and a macro lens is for me one of the best tools I can use for the stuff I'm going to show. Unfortunately, I didn't have any body to film, so I bought it like in the first year. It cost 1,600 with tax Canadian, and I couldn't use it for at least 1 year. And I thought Sony was going to release a camera, the A7SIII, but they didn't release it because they didn't have like any competition from Canon and from other brands. They're just delay. But I knew that I was going to go with Sony anyways. So I was like, okay, I bought this, I cannot use it. It was under my bed for like for 2 years actually. And eventually I bought another year passed, and I bought another lens. The 24 GM 1.4 aperture. It costs $1,800 Canadian with tax. I bought it like used. So I knew that having a lens that was wide was going to be really helpful for me, because when I put my camera, I have like to put it like just next to the wall because I'm lacking of space, and that's a big issue for me. And also having like a really small aperture was really a great way for me to just hide the stuff that I don't want to show you actually right now, because it creates like the blur behind you. so it focused the subject. So I bought that from another person, and I still can use that lens for at least another year. Sony didn't release the A7S III, so I decided to activate my backup plan. I bought the Sony A7 III, which is the one that I'm currently recording, and it was like a huge camera, but honestly I had like the perfect deal. The guy never used the camera at all, so I basically didn't pay the tax. I didn't pay like it was like the perfect deal. I couldn't ask like, any better. And I did a lot of things with the camera. I really love it. I enjoy it so much. And you probably see my Nano series. It's something that I really enjoy to use with that camera. And fast forward in August 2020, Sony finally decided to announce the A7S III camera. Whew, after 3 years of waiting, or 2 years for that camera, it was crazy. Everybody wanted that camera because it's compact and it does a lot of things. And as soon as the announcement was made, I was already saving for the announcement because I saw the rumor for that. And I received the very first camera in my province, the A7S, in October 15. Finally, I have the camera, so let me show you. So here it is. This is the box that I was waiting for 3 years. And it cost me so much money. To just give you an idea, it cost me $5,500 Canadian. It's a ton of money. Like, it's the biggest thing that I paid in my life so far. And I saved my money for months, for years, to have this camera. So why did I want so bad this camera, which is actually just over here? It's because visual production is very, very important for me. I like to make videos that are really top-notch. I'm not doing that yet so far, but slowly I want to go there. You probably know the YouTube channel like a Tidal Garden. It's a very known channel. The guy is really talented, he's really good. And he has like really beautiful video production, really high standard. And it's something I really want also to do. So this camera does 4K 60 FPS and also 120 FPS, which allow me to make like more creative stuff. Because with the other camera that I'm currently recording, I have some limitation, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I can do beautiful stuff as you probably saw. So visual is really important for me. I don't like to be filmed in front of the camera because I'm a little bit fat, especially with the pandemic. I gained a little bit of weight, so I'm not always confident to appear in front of the camera. So I like to be behind the camera. But time to time, I like to challenge myself and do some kind of video like this. And in the future, I want to make videos that nobody have seen before. There's things I have in my mind that I want to do, and that will take some time to do, so to reach that level. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna just learn the camera. I'm gonna learn how to play with it. So I'm gonna raise slowly the visual production of my video. Hopefully, if I still have a job and have the time to make YouTube video. By the way, I don't make any money with my YouTube video. So all the money that I make with my job, everything, literally everything goes to my YouTube channel. People say, hey, you have like a hole in your t-shirt. I know, I just spend all my money for YouTube. So it's a very, very costly hobby, especially when you combine videography, high gear with the saltwater. So at the moment I'm speaking, I cannot use all the feature that the camera bring, but there's a really good feature. I can see myself when I film, because right now I have no idea if my stuff is looking good or not. I have a back screen, so that will help me a lot. But I cannot really use all the feature with the camera because I don't have like a memory card that allow me to unlock everything. So right now I just like tweak my stuff to be able to film with the memory card, and to also be able to edit, because editing video with 4K 60 FPS and 120 FPS is super heavy. Like, my computer is 10 years old. and I have to upgrade. So my goal in maybe at the end of 2021, I want to upgrade my computer, and it's going to cost me probably like $6,000. So as you can see, all those gear cost a ton of money, and I'm not rich. Like I don't have money. Honestly, I live in a small apartment. I'm just super dedicated to my gear, to the craft, to the videos that I want to share. I want to show you the stuff that I have in mind with the camera, and show you like in a really good video production. So this is it. Back in 2.5 years, something like that, I said that I was going to start my channel when I was going to have this camera. Now that I have it, things are going to change. But I need to figure out the right way to do my stuff. So I need some training. So I'm gonna just learn how to use the camera. So I already done one video with this camera. It was my last video on YouTube. I don't know if some of you noticed something different. We'll see in the comments, but I just doing this video right after finishing the editing of the other one. So I don't know if you noticed anything different. Probably the FPS. It's now 60 FPS instead of 30, so it's more smooth. You see the living thing like in the real flow, and that was something that I really wanted to show you. And I'm going to make stuff that are really different from others. I never like to copy the others. I always love to be different. I've always been different anyways. All my life has been like that, so I'm used to that. So all this stuff, it cost me a lot of money. Unfortunately, I will have to sell back the A7 camera that I'm filming right now to get some money back because I don't have any money. Honestly, I was in the debt, negative balance 3 times for YouTube because I spent all my money for YouTube. I've been in a negative balance, and as you probably noticed, I don't have any sponsor. It's not sometimes that they are not trying. I receive offer every like 2 months, 3 months, so something like that. But I want to make sure that you guys have like the best experience on my videos. So I'm very careful with the sponsor. It's not that I dislike, it's just like I'm doing this for the viewers and not for the company. And that is a really big distinction between some YouTubers. I'm doing for the best viewing experience for you guys. I'm not here like to sell product and stuff like that, to be a billboard advertising. I want just the best thing for you. And so I'm really careful. And of course I have to use some equipment, Aqua. So we'll see in the future. I'm not closing the door for sponsor, but I want to make sure that you guys have the best experience. Yeah. And I'm probably going to be like the most transparent YouTuber in the aquarium community. Freshwater or saltwater, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because my goal is to be super open, super transparent, super honest. I share the experience that I go through, and that's pretty much it. So I hope this gives you like some little ideas, some little tips of what goes behind the scene. I didn't talk about editing, that's another stuff. But thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.